Hello and welcome to Reviews. I've had to restart this video several times tonight because my cats are being jerks. So today is Wednesday, New Comics Day, and I picked up quite a few issues. Picked up the third issue of Life of Captain Marvel. Check that out. This week saw the Return of Wolverine. Yeah, I'll be honest, I kind of like Old Man Logan better. The not so superpowered, world-weary kind of guy. So yeah, but he's toast now that the real Wolverine's coming back. So yeah, I'm curious. I'll pick this up. Well, I picked it up, obviously. I'll check it out. It's been noted that I really don't talk about DC Comics. I do follow some DC Comics. In fact, oh hey, here's Butter. She's going to help me, I guess. Butterscotch, stop. Harley Quinn issue 50. I saw it. I saw the Amanda Conner cover, so I figured I'd pick it up and take a look at it. See, I like this Harley Quinn. You know, I really like the animated series Harley Quinn. And I liked her pre-52 series, pre-New 52. And I started off reading this, and I really didn't care for it. But 50th issue, I'll take a look. As I mentioned, Green Lantern is one of my favorites. Probably my favorite DC hero. Which one? All of them. So yeah, I follow the Green Lantern books, and I'm one of the people that's not too sure about Morrison taking over the book. About them redoing that with I'm cautiously optimistic on that. So, oh yeah, I'll definitely be coming back to Avengers. Avengers number 8 here. I flipped through this one and I'm not too crazy already, but anyway, tonight, Butters is going to, we have hot cat on cat action going on here. West Coast Avengers number 2, which is the one we'll take a look at tonight, provided that Butterscotch lets me. So let me kind of get this. So apparently this video is going to be me fighting with my cat. So come on, Chubber Butt, come on. She's biting me now. She didn't like this book either. She didn't like the way they dealt with Tigra. You know, cat girls gotta stick together, yo. So speaking of which, we ended off last issue with Tigra, giant-sized Tigra, on the beach. The West Coast Avengers are there when Brodok shows up. So, Brodok, that's just funny to say. So the two Hawkeyes are on top of a Ferris wheel, and they're going to shoot goop at her face to... I'm not sure why they're really doing this. But yeah, oh, that's exploitable right there. It needs browsers across it. So she is raging, I guess. She looks pretty ticked. Excuse me. The goop stuff is not slowing her down, which I'm not sure why shooting her in the face, in the cheek with the goop would slow her down. Were they trying to suffocate her and they missed? Hawkeyes don't miss. So we got crowd control going on as they're trying to figure out how to deal with her. And, you know, it took me a second before I realized that there was the telekinetic energy field around these two as Quentin is trying to get civilians to safety. Look at this douchebag. Look at that. Anyway, Quentin says, I barely want to save you as it is. Don't test me. Because they're kind of enjoying it. You know what? I'm starting to like Quentin. I'm starting to feel a kinship with him. And of course they're doing the silly little introductions. You know, Kid Omega, Quinn Quire, Omega level mutant, recently lost some of his power in an act of self-sacrifice. Feels fine about it, really. Stop asking. So what happened here? Anyway, so we have America coming at Tigra. Gwenpool saying, whoa, giant cat strength is no joke. And America does what she does best, punches her in the face. We get introduced to Brick in this issue. Fuse, aka Johnny Watts, currently mimicking the physical powers of a literal brick, Also currently in way over his head. Alright. Okay, Fuse, Johnny Watts. Okay. I can see electrical Fuse, Johnny Watts. Still doesn't match his power. Oh, and I do have to make a correction. In West Coast Avengers #1, I said he was a new character for the book. Turns out I was wrong. I wasn't really reading the Hawkeye book. I checked in on it, but I missed. He was introduced in that, I think, late in the book. So yeah, he's not exactly a new character, so I stand corrected. I want to point out this line of dialogue, though, because it made me realize something. I totally don't want to fall into the ocean while I'm literally made of bricks, so if someone could save me, that would be great. Okay, falling into the ocean. Okay, so we turn the page and we see Tigra is falling into the ocean after being punched by America, and they're all on the beach here. Which I may not have put this together had it not been for this line of dialogue. So let's go back to page before. We have Tigra here. We have buildings in the background. She is standing between the buildings and this Ferris wheel. Okay? So we got Ferris wheel foreground, Tigra, background buildings. Okay. So here we have her swatting. America goes up to punch her. She's still next to the Ferris wheel. The buildings are over here. America punches her, and she appears to fall down. Okay, she's tumbling back. Now, one of two things happened here. America punched her so hard that she flew up in the air, over these buildings, and into the water. Which is a stupid thing for America to do, because even if she's giant-sized, Tigra is still, she's a werecat, but she's still pretty much the durability of a normal human, even if she's giant-sized. So, a punch that would, a punch in the jaw like this, without breaking her neck, that would send her over buildings, if not her legs going through them or crashing into them, probably would have killed her. But I don't think that's what's happened, because Johnny says, I don't want to fall into the ocean. She's standing here between the buildings. There is no ocean. But when she falls down, they're on the beach. There's the ocean. Okay. This is why I said editorial, stop. And pay attention. Stop just like signing off on things. Because this makes no sense. So, Hawkeye says, yeah, you said that before, but you didn't actually do anything. Well, that ends now. So, Smug Brodok is smug. He goes up to Tigra, and it looks like he's talking to her. Does he have rocket boot feet? Cool. And so we're agreed that this is definitely MODOK in disguise, right? They all agree that it is. Fuse doesn't even know who MODOK is. Why is Gwenpool not more concerned that this is MODOK? You see, if you read her solo series, and I'll be honest, I read about half of it, and I just finished reading it up. Reading it to the end. A couple weeks ago, I finished it up. And MODOK plays a very important part in her story. And she should be more concerned about that. Why is she not more concerned? There's only really two powerful people here with her. So, yeah. Anyway, if people ask, about Marvel Comics and how they've just been throwing out these new characters the past few years in just one failed series after another. Failed series, failed series, failed series. But if you want to know what a good one is, get Gwenpool. Seriously, go and read that. If you could find, I got some fuzz over here. If you could find, if it's in trade paperback, I'm not sure if it is. I read the floppies. Her book is really good. I was surprised at it. I wish I had really paid attention, really followed it. It reminded me of Grant Morrison's run on Animal Man. Kind of turned some things outside, kind of poked some fun at conventions and got really meta. But it was enjoyable. And they actually did a character who was not perfect at everything, who had flaws. You actually felt bad for her. You actually empathized. They did it right. It was amazing. So yeah, Don't buy this book. Go back to the back issues. Go get Gwenpool's book. I highly recommend her book. Anyway, back to this one. So they're talking about Brodok and how he thinks that they're not fooling, but he doesn't realize we know it's him, right? Definitely not. How is that possible? He's delusional. Should I shoot him? Okay, this makes sense, Gwenpool saying that she should shoot him. But given her experience with MODOK and her series, she probably should have just shot him anyway. So anyway, we see Tigra walk away. Brodok's returning with his jet feet, and my friends, I have driven the giant woman away. You are welcome. Thanks so much, Brodok. And they start playing along here. Can we thank you properly with a post-battle hangout at our place? I would be honored. Okay, I need to stop for a second here. I don't want to go on too long, but there's so many little nitpicks. Tigra, who is currently not acting right, mind controlled, something's going on. She's now 30 stories tall. She's giant size. 30 feet tall, however tall she is. She is also Clint's friend from the West Coast Avengers. She is a giant cat walking into the ocean. This is not right. Is she just walking to her death? What exactly did Brodok do? Why didn't they ask him, why didn't Clint say, hey, that's my friend. Why is she walking out? She's going to drown out there. She's covered with fur, and she's 30 feet tall. Can you tell me what she just did so that we can get her back to normal? No concern. No one cares. I'm starting to become convinced that this is actually not Clint Barton. This is a Skrull or something. Because this is not the Hawkeye I remember from West Coast Avengers, who would not let a friend and a former teammate who is obviously not right just walk away into the ocean. So we come to Kate Bishop, talking to the camera people again. Listen, it wasn't the worst idea I ever had. Yeah, I heard it the first time. So fine, my worst idea. Are you happy? So they go back to the headquarters that's still being built, and we got Lucky, aka Best Dog. Was this from Hawkeye Series 2? I didn't really follow it. I picked up an issue, maybe 2, and I don't even know if I read them all the way. So why, I don't know. So Brodok calls the place a dump. Well, yeah, it's a work in progress. So, excuse me. So Brodok, tell us, what brought you to LA? What exactly do you do here? Certainly. May I have a beverage as I tell my riveting tale? I find myself rather parched. So, again, we have Gwenpool just kind of standing here staring at who everyone agrees is MODOK. Which, they're putting this so hard that, yeah, it's really MODOK. I'm sure it's related, but it's going to... I'm giving Kelly Thompson benefit of the doubt that there's going to be a twist that she's telegraphing this too hard. Because why isn't Gwenpool more concerned about this? So when he asks for wine, they don't have any. Excuse me. Johnny, as our reader stand-in, points out what MODOK's supposed to look like. And so they end up giving him water. Delicious. What's it called? Tap water? Tap water. A magnificent vintage. I'll have to buy myself a case. So he starts telling about his company he made, his new venture, Advanced Image Mechanics. Yeah, you see, get it? AIM, Advanced Idea Mechanics, a supervillain group, Brodok, Alpha MODOK, whatever. This scene, this 2-page spread, I actually enjoyed. I don't know why I actually found this kind of funny, because it's kind of like a visual representation of him telling his story. I mean, yeah, obviously all comics are visual representation, but it's kind of the way that they're doing it. I actually found this scene funny. Normally these cutesy little captions I don't like, but they seem to work in this. He talks about going out to LA with great dreams, and so he could find true love. When he was a naive and younger man. Actually, about 2 months ago. I opened Advanced Image Mechanics with the hope I could other realize their most perfect self. Only totally didn't look like this, but instead a giant floating head guy. So, if this is a reliable narration from an omniscient narrator, so yeah, we can be assured that this is MODOK. Why is Gwen reacting? Despite the presence of a misleading wrench, he did not actually build this building. So it goes on about how he's trying to help people as an image doctor, but he was having trouble finding a soulmate. Not an actual date, definitely a patient. And he says that, and it was then I realized, when he sees Tigra, that I could do something more heroic than just shaping the image of others. Nay, I could shape their very lives. Not how it happened at all. And so, with you as my latest and greatest inspiration, I become, this day, a true American hero. If he ever wore a shirt, this would be the moment when he tore it off. I kind of went through this really quickly, but this scene was actually kind of funny. I like this scene. So, I have to figure out what I'm going to skip here. Yeah, I know where I'll skip. So we get the Avengers' reaction to the story. And, I think my camera just turned. I hope it didn't. Sorry if it did. Gwenpool loves it. Oh my god, I love this story. Don't you love this, guys? And, they're like, yes, absolutely unbelievable. Yes, unbelievable is a word. Now, in case you didn't realize, Gwenpool is aware she's in a comic book. So this kind of thing is an origin story to her. So of course she would love it. What's interesting about it is they don't bother to question, okay, where did you come from before LA? So we have a little scene with Quentin talking about Gwenpool. She's ridiculous and insane. Oh, I devamped Jubilee and all I got was this lousy t-shirt. Is that why Jubilee's not a vampire anymore? Is that how he lost some of his powers? Did he do that? I'm not reading X-Men anymore, so that's a tire fire, so. So they pull themselves away from him for a minute to decide what they're going to do, and Kate's like, honestly, I feel kind of bad for him. I mean, come on, I know supervillain, but I'm just saying it's also sad too. And Clint says, we need to raid that AIM research facility and see if we can find out where Tigra's gone. Idiot! You just watched her walking away into the ocean. I don't know why I'm pointing off camera. You're stupid. You could have just stand there and watched, or you could have said something. This is not Clint Barton. I don't know who this idiot is, but it's not Hawkeye. So, they decide they're going to. She decides they're going to split into two teams. One to raid the office, the other stay with Brodok, keep them entertained. And everyone volunteers for the raid. They don't want to hang out with Brodok, except for Gwen. What? I find him hilarious. I can't help it. It's like a train wreck I can't look away from. The head, the abs, the leather pants. It's all amazing. I like Gwenpool here. So it doesn't matter. The two Hawkeyes are going to go to the lab. Everyone else is going to hang out and watch movies with Brodok. What? Bishop? You are the worst leader. You know what? I take back every single thing I've said about Kid Omega. He has redeemed himself in my eyes from the Morrison X-Men run. I like him now. So anyway, they split up, and what the hell is this? Is this a joke? Is this ad a joke? Anyway, so they use the excuse they're going to go for pizza, and in their costumes with their weapons, they're Hawkeyes. They do everything in costume with weapons. Otherwise, they're as vulnerable as turtles without shells. I will take my vengeance any way I can, Johnny. So they decide, tell me more about this weekend at Bernie's II. And even Gwen's like, ooh, interesting choice. And they're all annoyed by it. Alright, slide aside here, because the next page involves the two Hawkeyes breaking into AIM. And Clint blows up Locke on a file cabinet with a baby explosive arrow. They get the cops called and they get out. They can't find any information. Anything they find is in code. There, I just summed up 3 pages in a few sentences. So, Quentin and Gwen start getting into a fight. Who watches Weekend at Bernie's 1 after they've already watched a horrible sequel? It makes no sense. But I still have questions about motivation that I feel certain the first film will clear up. But it won't. They're dumb films that make no sense. That's just your opinion, Choir, not a fact. In this case, I'm fairly certain it's an actual fact. And, of course, Brodoc's like, what's all this? They hate each other. Or do they? And Gwen has this great thing. People like different things. I enjoyed the irreverent voodoo reanimation plotline as a meta-commentary on the preciousness of life. Gwen's like, what? This actually fits into her character pretty well from the her solo series. So yeah, I like this. And then they do this. Coming from a mile away, even though we did get a hint of this in a previous cover. I said, I heard you. It was an incredulous what, not an actual question. Well, I missed that. They both, you are the worst person. And then they start making out. That really kind of came out of nowhere. And Fuse and America are like, Broek's like, see, told you. He is an organism for kissing. So I'm going to guess that, maybe like Star Fox, this is actually an effect of proximity to him. They're so wound up and passionate that maybe like some pheromones, some type of power he has, actually caused this, for them to start kissing. And, we cut to the camera there, and I've seen Quentin Quire making out with someone. That's my reality now. I can never go back. Well, yeah, America, I read some of your series, and I can never get that back. I have that stuck in my head. Because if this is what women loving women is like, then I don't blah, blah, blah. You know the scene I'm talking about. It's like the image is burned into my retinas. No matter how much I blink, there it is. Okay, comedic overreacting. Yeah, I still say he's behind this. Yeah, it's kind of dumb. Overreacting is overreacting. So, they come back. America, what's... Nope. I have to go punch some inanimate objects for a while. Very large objects. Oh God, I hope she comes back. Maybe I shouldn't have left her with them. Kate Bishop, this idea about, the heavy hitters sitting with Brodock while the 2 more stealthy characters go and check out AIM. You're catching hell about this. That was actually the best decision you've made. That was actually the best leadership decision you have made. So, he comes back without, when they come back without pizza, Brodock questions them on it. They were out of pizza? If you're hungry, we can order in Chinese or something. No, I should be on my way. This tap water has gone straight to my head. So instead, they invite him to stay, because he's all obsessed with her, and, you take first watch. Did anyone tell you yet about all the kissing? Clint's saying, I bet all $8 in my wallet, I can't get any of these jokers to spell me. Which is pretty important because while people are asleep, I don't know if this was Quentin's turn on watch in the very, very AM. Stop being clever. Stop trying to be clever and funny. Brodock starts investigating. I just have to be sure. I just have to be sure about what? Was he just randomly going through their stuff? Did they just... Hawkeyes, why didn't you take the stuff you stole from AIM and keep them close to you? So during the recording, Clint says, listen, there's not a lock on a door or drawer that works in this whole damn place right now. Thanks to you guys turning it into a film set. It's still being built. I mean, you want the truth? I blame you for him finding those files. That's right, I said it. How do you feel now? Feels pretty bad, right? We just saw that, and you had watch. Quentin, maybe he was supposed to be on watch, that's why he fell asleep. And why didn't you keep the files with you? Do you want a supervillain? Because this is how you create a supervillain. No, those brats, my newest, bestest friends. It was revealed to be nothing than horrible, no good backstabbing, I have been, it showed me that a team of heroes led by my lady love, female Hawkeye, but I've been betrayed for one last time. To me, my pretties, to join for the final act. And then we see, here they come back. Brodok kills Los Angeles. And now they're just walking back in out of the ocean. How tall is she now? Because here we have an ocean liner that is apparently just below her knee. How far below the water she is, and she's not alone. Are these just going to be random people or other heroes? What's the deal? Why her? And we get this goofy little saying, Kate Bishop's Files, where we talk about the characters. It's Rule. Invulnerable Muscle, who's also an adorable Hufflepuff. Yeah. I'm not going to comment on this. It's just kind of through her eyes and her take on the team. It's kind of fluff. Remember last month when we said that surely that nothing sinister would come of inviting Brodok back to the West Coast Avengers HQ? Well, our bad. You know, I kind of have a love-hate relationship with this book. There's some errors. Yeah, like I said, this one really, really bothered me. Where, she's not in the ocean. She's obviously not in the ocean. And she didn't get knocked over the buildings by that punch because, Fuse is being dropped, and now they're suddenly on a beach. Anyway, that's stupid. Tigra walks back into the ocean. Clint doesn't seem to care. Some of the jokes land, like the first issue. Some of the jokes land, and some of them fall flat. I'm sure Brodok is somehow influencing Gwen, but this book is, like I said before, relatively okay. It's not bad. I'm kind of curious where they're going with this Brodok thing, because it sure seems like they're really pushing that it's MODOK. I'm hoping there's a twist to it, and I'm hoping that's just not surface level. This is probably the most in character I've seen Gwenpool outside of her own book. And yeah, there's problems. Like I said, there are problems, but it's actually made me like Quentin a little bit more. So that has it going for it. So I did not hate this book. I'm going to pick up the third issue. I'm kind of curious to see where it goes. If Kelly Thompson can make things even, the balance of humor versus action, if she could, it's kind of inconsistent. Sometimes things try too hard, sometimes things stick, sometimes they don't land. But yeah, I've already been talking for 28 minutes. How did that happen? Anyway, so this is not bad. I would, if you were on the fence with the first one, if you didn't hate the first one, pick this one up. I'm kind of curious to see where this is going. I'm just going to ignore some of the other problems this has. So anyway, I'm going to wrap this up because I talked way too long. And it's pretty late, as you can hear by the crickets. So anyway, Butters and I, there's a Butterbutt right there. So she and I are going to bed. So thanks and have a good night.